Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Saturday. You know what that means. Of course, it means we're here continuing the journey of Green Lantern, the animated series. This is Season 1, Episode 2, Beware My Power, Part 2. Of course, continuing the start of the show and beginning of the show, of course, last week. And I had a really good time with last week's episode. I had a great time. There's a lot of stuff they did in that episode, though. So I'm like, wow, there's a lot they're like packing in here to Part 1 of starting the series, but it makes 100% sense. Because you start with a death, and I wasn't expecting the show, even though they don't show it, you hear it, and then you see the ring, and they even say death multiple times throughout the episode. They're making it very obvious. Red Lanterns and whatever else is out there in the basically ends of, Oa's protected space, right, that they've said that here's the parameter and everything, there are lanterns dying. And I'm like, okay, I'm liking the fact that even though they're not showing the deaths, maybe they will at some point, who knows, but like, we open up with the death of a Green Lantern, that they're willing to go that far, and I really appreciate that. I like the introduction of Hal, Kilowog. I like this, like the council or whatever of them, basically talking to all the Hal and Kilowog and the other Green Lantern about all this, and how Hal's like, well, why are we here arguing about what I did or what did or not do or whatever, some sort of peace treaty? There are lanterns dying, and you're openly admitting there are lanterns dying, but you're not doing anything about it. So I'm glad that there was one who went out of his way to just say, oh, there's a ship over here, never mind, don't worry about that. And of course now Hal and Kilowog have went off, and they don't even know about Red Lanterns. They had no clue that's what it was. They just knew there's something out there killing lanterns, and the one that died at the very beginning of the show took 18 months for his reign to get back to Oa. So I'm liking the fact that, okay, we're getting a lot of information here. This is the introduction, at least for Hal and Kilowog, to know Red Lanterns exist. At least they're not aware of it. I'm assuming maybe back at Oa they may be aware, but maybe they were just never told. So now here we are diving into Red Lanterns, and the introduction, of course, of two Red Lanterns. I forget the name of the one who's kind of leading it, but Razer. This is the character I remember seeing in Young Justice and all that, that was kind of brought over and everything. So I'm curious to see what they do with the character, because he hesitated right away with that second Green Lantern they were going after. So I'm excited to see where we go from here, guys. I'm really enjoying that first episode. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, damn, that was a good first introduction, like episode to this show, and I'm ready to dive into Part 2, Episode 2. Let's get into tonight, guys. So let's check it out. Let's go.
Hal Jordan of Earth, soon to be former Green Lantern of Sector 2814. You are now charged with treason.
You see these handsome devils? They're the lantern killers you said didn't exist. Call themselves Red Lanterns.
Respectfully, sir, I got an aching jaw that says they ain't no ruse.
Kilowog of Olivac speak. What is your recommendation?
Sensors have picked up an unmanned probe sweeping the area. Markings match the insignia of the recently encountered hostiles.
Hal Jordan of Earth, do not terminate this communication.
He has to.
You gotta take this. Don't be a stranger.
This threat may turn out to be nothing more than a few extremists.
If the truth does come out, many will wonder why it isn't recorded in the Book of Oa.
Forget about snaring it. Just blast it.
Oh, I think it's leading them. It's leading them.
Hal, break off. Stick to
He's
the
still
plan.
weak.
We go for reinforcements.
Shields degrading to critical. Please
Oh,
do not
shit.
let that happen again.
Nice. Okay.
Peekaboo.
Good job.
They're organized.
100% they are.
Well, looks like we can't hog all the fun.
And they're heading back, really. Okay. I wasn't expecting to head back this soon, but okay.
Aya, please estimate time for repairs.
Calculating 9.21 months.
Okay.
What?
And it's 56 moving parts to within a 0.8162 micron tolerance.
The Guardians won't deal with the problem like we will. We'll make those Red Lanterns pay.
He's taking a beating. He needs a real doctor. He's not making 9 hours. Never mind 9 months.
Oh, a tracker, of course.
And let them escape. Perhaps you're not wholly committed to our righteous crusade. What good is that to me, Elias Sox, if you're not competent to kill a mere 3 Green Lanterns?
He pitied them, the destroyers of our
He did
system.
hesitate.
What do you have to say for yourself, Razer? If they've sent reinforcements, then your failure may jeopardize my plans. Shard is sacred ground. A piece of the remains of our world, which the Guardians attempted to erase.
It seems one of my hunter-killer drones found the Green Lanterns.
These Guardian lapdogs and destroy them, wherever they may hide.
Don't be such a baby.
Very handy to have a doctor for a wife.
Medicine
That's
is something
handy.
I picked up because of my husband's second job.
That's Hal's hang-up. That thing on his face, it's a mask. He wears it in case some Earthling
Yeah.
sneaks onto the Interceptor.
Now, time for hugs later. Let Daddy rest.
This is some place. Kinda reminds me where I grew up.
Bolovax Vic, I'm sorry.
Your planet was destroyed. I never knew.
Damn.
How did...
Just concentrate on getting us out of this mess you made, Hotshot. Do you think they...
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This colony now enjoys the protection of the Red Lantern Corps. You have 1 solar hour to bring these war criminals to us.
We don't have a choice.
These guys are murderers.
well-
They're gonna blow up this rock no matter what you do.
I hope he doesn't die. I have a feeling he's going to.
Sheer, wait!
Shall I initiate the countdown to detonation?
No. Razer will do it. The Guardians and their lapdogs destroyed my home world. And Elias's. Show weakness now, and you doom our people forever.
I am not a coward.
Okay.
For the greater good. And vengeance.
Knock, knock.
Oh.
Anybody
Oh, they're
home?
here. Just leading them away.
Will be all that's left of you, Lantern.
I am Atrocitus. I'm the one who will destroy the Guardians and all they stand for.
Good luck.
I am wrath. I am righteous vengeance.
You're Batman. Yep, breaking in.
That must be the control panel.
Where's Razer?
You think you can disarm it, Rev?
Oh,
I'll need a few minutes.
come on, Hal. Ooh.
This guy's not playing around.
Of course he's not.
For just a couple of minutes.
In case you haven't been keeping up on current events,
Yeah.
you guys put this thing here and press the button.
I'll destroy you both.
Good luck with that. The hammer.
You know who you're fighting against, kid. But what are you fighting for?
Boy, I like that. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even know anymore. He's flying away. Wow.
Where are we, Sheer? Let's go.
Damn. Ah, damn.
Time to go.
I know what happened to Bolovax Vic.
Shit. No,
You had
no.
a chance to save your world.
It's been an honor.
It's foolish to stay when there's no hope, Green Lantern.
Yeah, we're dumb that way. You best get going, son. I can handle this last part by myself.
Dude, oh my god.
Razer.
Shit.
So happy to be wrong.
Holy shit. That is some
Kilowog?
dark shit, man.
Rev?
What are you... Oh, are you... Okay, you're still fighting for them? Okay. Damn. Yeah, he's not done.
Can you do it? Can you?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No. You must kill me. I'm the one responsible for all this death and destruction.
But you
I
living
deserve it.
instead
Why
of
you're
dying...
going to help make up for it.
You're too weak to take your vengeance?
No, he's not. Oh! He took his ring. Holy shit. Oh!
You gonna help me with this hot shot?
Okay, I'm glad that they revealed that, but still, he died.
What's he doing inside that bubble? I hope everyone knows the sacrifice Sheer made.
Yes.
They do. The Elders are going to name our new planet after him.
So, what's next?
Next, we find the Red Lanterns. What should we do with the one we captured?
That's the better question. Wow. That's really all I have to say right now, because I was not expecting how emotional this episode was going to get, and I'm glad that the reveal was that they saved most of everybody off the planet. But at first, they made it seem like everybody died on that planet. Everybody that was living there, including Sheer, of course, the Green Lantern they saved in part 1, and was there trying to stop the bomb and everything, and he sacrificed himself holding it as much as he can, and he died in the process. And he, unfortunately, cause I figured as soon as like we introduce his wife, who's a doctor, and his little daughter, he's not going to make it out of this. And I was like, oh, I was right on that prediction. But at first they made it seem like everyone else died too. I'm like, are you like, damn, this show is dark as hell. But we saved mostly everybody. And they're going to rename the new planet after Shahir for his sacrifice, his nobility, and his heroism. Like, I love that. Love that. And they're not wasting any time with Razer in terms of his, basically, arc, in terms of him not being a Red Lantern. And I like the fact that we open this episode, part 2, of course, Beware My Power, part 2, with them discussing with part of the actual, you know, I forget what the actual name it is, but the council at Oa, and explaining to them about these Red Lanterns, and they were like, Red Lanterns, are you certain? And it turns out they know exactly who the Red Lanterns are because they erase it from the history books, and of course the Red Lanterns have their own version of history versus what Oa has tried to erase, and that's why there's no mention or any idea of a Red Lantern until now. But now that they're aware of it, and of course they can't warp back and everything because of the ship and it's damaged and all that, so that explains how they're not going to be able to go back to Oa to get all these Green Lanterns. To go after the Red Lanterns, they're going to have to make it more difficult, or at least more of an interesting story, because if they could easily just warp back to Oa to get a bunch of Green Lanterns, they could, and they could probably stop this war or stop the Red Lanterns way faster, but they're not doing that. So there we go. So I will say this episode, in terms of comparison to part 1, in terms of like, do I like it more than part 1 or anything? I'd have to think about it, because I really thought about part 1 for quite a bit after finishing the episode. Of course, I just finished part 2, but I will say this definitely had an impactful punch in terms of more emphasis on the Red Lanterns, especially Atrocitus. Seeing him, I like the design. I'm not sure who the voice actor is, but it sounds very familiar. Very well done in terms of that. And the actual fight between him and Hal was really good. And Hal and Razor's fight after the destruction of the planet was really good as well, because he was so angry. And Razor's like, I'm ready to die. Like, just do it. End it. Because he knows he needs to die. He knows he needs to. Because he's living with this guilt and this... And it's like the torn parts of him trying to figure out who he is. And the fact that Kilowog threw at him, you think you know what you're like, you know what you're fighting about, but do you know what you're really fighting for? Like, you know who you're fighting with, but what are you fighting for exactly? Like, what is it? That threw him for a curveball. That completely shifted his whole brain again. After he's already questioning himself in part 1, already hesitating, going to kill Shahir, he hesitates, and now even more so, even though he hits the bomb, because he's forced into a corner to hit that bomb by Atrocitus. It's like, he hits the bomb. Like, obviously he's trying to play the front, like, I'm not afraid, I'm not scared, I'm not weak. Hits the bomb, but it's like deep down he's still very torn. And then now after he's throw that curveball by Kilowog, he goes back to where Shahir is holding the bomb. And I like the line he throws at Razer. I like the dialogue in this show is just great. The line he says to Razer, go ahead, kid, I don't need you here for this last part. And it's funny too, the guy who's voicing Shahir, I just found this out because I was trying to make sure I got the name right in terms of the actual pronunciation for the character. The voice of Shahir is Kurtwood Smith, aka Red from That 70s Show. He plays the dad. Like, it's so insane. And then I went back and listened to the dialogue, and I'm like, oh, that is him. I love that. But it's the line that he says, go ahead, kid, I don't need you here for this last part. I don't need you here when I die, okay? I'm willing to do this for my planet. I'm trying to save my people. I'm pretty sure they're aware of what the plan was. We were not told what the plan was, but the plan was for Kilowog to go and try to save as many people as he could, possibly, which he did. But we weren't told that, but like, Shahir's like, I know I'm going to die. I'm ready to accept that, but I don't need you here, Razer, to be a part of that. But then he says, yeah, maybe I'm dumb. We all have hope. It's going to happen. Like, we're just going to continue to have hope. Because Razor's like, are you sure like, you're still here? It's like, well, yeah, I am. So Razor's like, I want to die. And Hal's like, no. Hal takes his ring and takes him as a prisoner. And like, no, you're going to help fix this. But I think in Hal's mind, he doesn't know if Razor's actually going to help him or anything. But I think in Hal's mind, he's like, look, I'm not going to give you what you want, because what you want is death. You just want to get taken out so you don't have to freaking continue to question or whatever of who you are. I'm going to take your ring, I'm going to take you as a prisoner, and I'm going to keep you alive. Because if he can't find anybody to kill him, he'll probably end up trying to kill himself. And Hal's like, no, because Hal's like, if you're willing to die like this, if you're willing to fight me for me to kill you, because you need it, like, no, do it, don't be weak. Duh. Like, you're willing to do that. Eventually, you're going to not find anybody who's willing to kill you, so you're going to do it yourself, and that ain't going to happen. A lot of impactful stuff in the show, a lot of impactful shit. So I don't know where we go from here, but I'm excited as hell to continue the show because, man, this episode packed a punch. And thinking about it, these two parts, part 1 and part 2, of course, Beware My Power, freaking delivered. And it's crazy that this show, you know, is as good as it is because there's a lot of great moments that I've already seen. We're only 2 episodes in, and I can't wait to dive in. And of course, I'm actually going to be diving into episode 3 here in a few minutes because I'm filming ahead a little bit. So I can't wait to dive into episode 3 to see what happens. Hope you guys share the reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out.